Is this thing on? Hello? Hi. Are you gonna pick out a sperm donor with us? Come on. Hey there!
Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about selecting a sperm donor and which sperm bank to use.
Before we get started, we want to ask you to please subscribe if you have not. That would really help our channel grow and spread the word about the Maygans.
So. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like this video. So we are getting ready to purchase more sperm because we've been at this 2 years with no success or very little success. We are ready to purchase, I think, our third donor now.
So unfortunately, donors don't always donate forever. So our first donor stopped donating, and our second and current donor is, I think, on the verge of no longer donating, and I think he might be aging out, actually.
He's not, we've called our clinic, and they're like, well, he's been traveling for work. They said he wasn't going to donate for another 6 months, and that's been a lot longer than that. So I think we're probably just best to choose a new one, and we were thinking about that anyway. We haven't had a lot of success, and sometimes they say it's just best to try a different sperm if you can, and we're not attached to any of it. So
yeah, different chemistry might work.
Yeah, this will actually be our third sperm bank would be used. We've talked to friends, we've done a lot of research, and we've talked to doctors' offices, and they all say the same thing.
Sperm bank doesn't really matter. They're all FDA approved, and it's really a personal choice. So price, or how many donors they have, or if they show childhood pictures, if they show current pictures, it really doesn't matter. It's really a personal decision.
We've looked at tons of profiles. When we first started looking for sperm, I think we thought it was this really huge, really big deal, and it mattered a lot. And as we've gone through the process, it just matters less and less. And what matters is whether or not we have any success. So, you know, we've got certain things we always look for and certain things that we want to require. The health of the donor, familial history, medical history of the donor and their family, you know, their interests and their likes, and try to find someone who lines up with us. But really, it's completely personal and up to you.
Yeah. We have decided that each of us would pick a characteristic that we would want to find in the donor, and then beyond that, just, are they healthy? Are they intelligent? Are they good people? It seems we are able to read profiles about the donors, so that's always kind of fun to get to know the person and see if their personality comes through in their profile. Mm-hmm. But I've always wanted red hair as a characteristic.
Her family, all our nieces and nephews are, except for like 1 or 2, are redheads or strawberry blondes or blondes or something like that. So even though Jill's got really dark hair, that's kind of her family thing.
Yep. So if we can possibly get the red hair gene in our family, I would like it.
We both have dark hair, and I have really dark eyes, and Jill's got beautiful hazel eyes. But you know, we've got a lot more of the dominant features. So we kind of wanted to use a donor who had a little bit more of the recessive traits. That way it's not just, you know, two dominants fighting. And I think maybe we'd have a little more chance of them having some of our traits. I don't know, we'll see. We each picked one physical feature because, you know, you get to look and you get to sort through everything. And if you don't put in any filters, it's just completely overwhelming. The first thing I noticed about how beautiful Jill was were her eyes. So I love eyes. So that was like the one physical, you know, trait that I looked at. That the hair was Jill's. Other than that, you know, they're going to be who they are. And we know that it really won't matter that much in the long run, hopefully. We just want to pick someone who's hopefully a little healthy, healthy family history and all of that, so as best as we can, because we're in, you know, a more unique position that we get to choose things like that.
Mm-hmm. Why not choose the best features that we have in
in our
ourselves
opinion.
or that we don't have.
Yeah, the best health odds. I mean, it's not like the best. We've got our family stuff, and most people have something in their families. But if we can try to level the playing field a little, I think that's what we try to do. So
I always tell our friends that if straight couples choose features in their spouse that they would love to see in their children, then that's pretty much what we're doing. We're choosing features that we would love to see in our future children, hopefully. But of course, we want to see our own features in our kids too. So.
Some of them.
So we are changing banks. We were with a bank on the West Coast. For privacy purposes, we're not going to share what bank we are using, but we just wanted one a little bit closer to home.
Well, I think also, our donor that we really liked is not going to be donating anymore, and we didn't see anyone else that we liked as much, and we saw, some other options at other banks. So, we thought, okay, why not? So it just works out for us.
Yeah. The only thing I'm a little disappointed about is that this bank doesn't share any pictures.
That is something that it feels a little weird about, but there's other things that we really like about this particular bank. So, in the beginning, Jill went through and looked at, I don't think you included some of the littler banks, but looked at all the major ones, all the ones that our very first clinic that we hated after our first appointment and decided no way. But at our first appointment, they handed us a folder with all sorts of information, and in it was a list of their approved or suggested sperm banks, and they were the most expensive sperm banks in the U.S. And then we went to our next, the doctor we actually used before we moved from Chicago, and she was like, yeah, those are just the really expensive banks. Of course they're great, they're well known, but there's a ton of other ones, and it wasn't a huge list. So they kind of said, everywhere's FDA regulated, it's all going to be pretty good. Do your research. There are some that have had lawsuits and things like that. So look into it. But anything that you purchase, we'll use, essentially. And it's kind of the same thing for our doctor here. In the very beginning, Jill went through and made an Excel spreadsheet of all the different banks.
I pulled a Sam.
You did. It was so like me of her. So tell them what you put on there.
So I went through and I found... I listed all of the bank's names, how many active donors they had, yes or no, did they share any pictures, were the pictures free or did you have to buy a subscription or a package, and then the price of all types of sperm vials. So there's IUI, there's IVF, there's
ICI.
Washed, ICI, so that's unwashed. So all of the different vials are different amounts, or they're washed or unwashed.
They have different amounts of sperm in them.
Yeah, so they were just different prices.
Different amounts, yeah.
So we found a lot of the West Coast California sperm banks are very expensive. And then we found some really good other banks all over the country that were pretty average price, had a good amount of donors, had pictures, which at first we just wanted to have that, I think, as a peace of mind. Like we knew kind of what we were getting or who we were getting. Now I think it doesn't really matter to us as much. I don't know, just 2 years of experience, a little bit more easygoing about that. And
not all of it.
About everything, just give us a baby. So I made that spreadsheet, and that's how we made our decision on what bank to go with last time.
We wanted ones with a lot of options and ones that weren't like, I don't think there's any need to pay $1,000 a vial. We found places that were a little bit less than that, but the shipping was also a lot less, and the cost to look at full profiles was less, and it added up. We didn't want to spend them. We're spending a lot of money on everything else. We didn't feel the need to spend the top dollar for sperm. So that was something that we considered. We also considered which banks had the highest amount of donors with, particular things we wanted in them, and we narrowed it down to a few, and then we went from there. So It was really helpful. You pulling a me was helpful. I'm sure the information is very dated now because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, But I mean, it's a chart. If anybody wants me to share it with you, I can share it. It's just 2 years old. So you'd have to go through and update the information. But I have shared it with subscribers before. And so you're welcome to it.
At the end of the day, it's just completely up to you.
Yeah.
And it probably doesn't matter that much in the long run if you get your child out of it. Once you have your child, from what I've heard, you don't really think about the donor too much. So.
No. All right, so let's pick out some sperm.
Let's go.
Alrighty, we've got our handy dandy MacBook Air, rose gold.
Commercial.
All right, so let's put in some filters here. I would like...
So we went to one of the websites that we use, and now we can filter and look at our options.
Kind of like Amazon. Okay, so I would like red or red brown or strawberry blonde. Those are options here. And then you would like...
all but black and brown.
So blue, blue, green, brown, green, and green.
So we put no Jewish ancestry, just because I'm Jewish. So I'm genetically half Jewish. We want to avoid the genetic diseases.
All right, find our match. Let's see what we've got here.
6 results.
6, not bad.
That one new?
Oh yeah, it is new actually. Let's see, they've got 31 IUI vials. They don't have any ICI if you want to do it at home. They do have 1 IVF vial. Blue eyes, red-brown hair, CMV positive. So that's a little bit of a concern.
Our doctor said it really was okay.
Yeah, that's true.
You should open that in a new tab so we can look at that person, because that one is a new one we haven't seen before.
Yeah, for sure. Open a new tab. Okay, here's one that we've seen before. And we like this donor a little bit. So he has strawberry blonde hair, green eyes, and CMV positive as well.
RH negative.
That's good.
We've seen that one and that one.
You liked him, didn't you?
No.
No?
Don't think so. But what about him?
I don't feel like I've seen this one before.
I've seen him.
Tell us the stats.
All right, so he's got blue eyes and strawberry blonde hair. He's CMV negative and RH factor positive. So it tells you weight, it tells you height, it tells you all of those things. So
I do like that he's
a
Scottish.
little bit heavier than the other people.
Yeah.
But,
and because we're both a little bit heavier, we prefer a donor without the struggle of loving French fries as much as I do. All right. I don't feel like I've seen this donor before either.
I've definitely seen that donor.
Have you?
I remember that picture, yeah.
Oh,
This donor has blue eyes and strawberry blonde hair as well. Also RH positive, and this one is CMV positive. A little bit smaller than the other one, but very tall. This person is 6'5".
Yeah.
That's really tall.
You're a little bit taller, but I'm pretty
I'm
average.
5'7". So tall-ish side for a girl, but not that tall.
No, but if you're like mixed with a tall donor.
Jill's not that tall, even though you're only like 2 inches shorter than me. You feel a lot shorter than me.
I know.
I also have big hair. That adds some height.
All right. So that's it. Only 6.
Let's look at that one that we opened.
Okay. Let's look at that one. He's cute.
He's cute.
We're looking at a site that does have pictures.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
So we're looking at our old one. It's a little bit more fun site to look at. I'm also not opposed to using them again.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
have a new donor who is in our search, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So it says, if he's got his degree in, which is cool.
No live birth. So it will often tell you if a donor has, if their sperm has resulted in any live births, and this donor has not, but he's a new donor, so that makes sense.
So we can look at his, full profile. Are you logged in?
Yeah. Because this is the bank that we've used before, we paid for the, $50, and then you can see everything. You can see the profiles, the extended profiles, the pictures, the genetic testing, all of that stuff. So is this something to be concerned about?
I don't know. I have to look. So they do genetic screening on the donors for like the really big genetic diseases. And this one, I think it looks like it's fine. There's certain diseases that I think they won't even accept if the person has them in their genetic material. But some of them you just have to kind of Google what the meaning is or click on it's got a hyperlink, so I'll look into that.
You know what I like about these profiles? I like that the people who work at the sperm bank, they write a little blurb about what they think of the donor, how they see their personality, or how they keep their hair styled, or if they're clean shaven or whatever. They always like make a comment on how they perceive the donor to be.
They say like, you know, they always come in with a warm smile, or this person is rather shy, or this person seems this way but is actually this way, or this person lights up the room. You know, they always have a little like, this is how this person seems kind of thing.
Should I add them to our favorites?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did we want to look at any others?
I don't think we wanted to look at any others here. So
no. Okay. So anyways, that's how we select a donor.
We usually go and look, when we will go look at the full profile. We'll look at their familial history. You see like how many siblings they had, how many siblings their parents had, if their grandparents are alive, if their parents are alive, if they're not, what they died of. You see their physical status as well as their, you know, any ailments they had, like they had a heart attack or stroke or high blood pressure, diabetes, those kinds of things. You get to know the person without getting to know the person.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So we'll look at all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
I'm gonna dig in further.
Yeah. So I think we've got some research to do.
Yep.
But anyways, that's how we do it. And we are definitely going to be looking for our next donor in the next couple days, and we need to purchase.
Yeah, I think our first time we did it, we spent weeks looking at it. Now I think we're just like, let's look at all the facts really quickly. We know which banks we like. Look at the donors they have. Look at their profiles. Okay, let's pick it.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot more efficient at this.
We have. I wouldn't say we're pros, but we do have a lot of experience with this. So if you are going through the process of selecting a bank or a donor, you are welcome to reach out to us either on Instagram or here in the comments.
Our Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
You can reach out to us. Yes, please go and like us on Facebook. We'll put the link to all our socials down below.
I might even be able to put the spreadsheet on Facebook. So maybe that's something I can do. So go over to Facebook, like us, find the spreadsheet. If you're not friends with us on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. So hop over there, like us, follow us.
And if you watch all our videos and you haven't subscribed here, I don't know what you're doing either. Come on, like us, subscribe.
We're cool. You can hang out with us, right? People like us.
I hope.
We may not be funny, but we're at least dorky, so that works for us, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. You're like, you are a dork, Jill.
We are dork.
Okay, so let's find a donor.
Okay.
Let's say goodnight to all of you.
Night.
And we will see you next time.
Under your spotlight.